Everyone, welcome back to another episode today. We're going to be talking about staying healthy during the holiday season. Happy holidays to everybody. And this is really important because I see this in a lot of clients and patients that I've worked with. And just over the years, it's just human nature to kind of fall off and then try to set a time frame for, I guess you could say, New Year's to just say, hey, starting January 1st, I'm getting back into shape. I'm getting my back into health. I'm going to do this. But there are things that you can do right now, today, that are easy, simple. They don't require a lot of effort and energy, and they will still set you up for success. Okay, that's super important. It's really important to get back in there. And if you are suffering with your low back, these are just simple things that you can do from a dietary standpoint, from a lifestyle standpoint, to get your body and to get your health in the right track. So come January 1st, when you do want to set a goal, then it's a lot more attainable because you're building good quality habits, even though you may be slacking off a little bit, if that makes any sense. So if you're in North America or the US or Canada, I guess you could say, I'm not really familiar with Canada, but if like everything just slows down, it's so easy to slack off right now. So we will discuss some things that I like to do if you are having some sort of problem getting back on track during the holiday time. So we'll cover about 7 of them. The first one is going to be fasting. If you're familiar with intermittent fasting, essentially it's a extended period of time where you are not eating, right? It's very simple. You might have a cup of coffee, black coffee, tea, water. That is it. It's that simple. You're just going to go fasting and you're going to reduce the amount of calories that you're going to be having over the point in time. So as a result of that, that's going to just help you stay better, stay healthier, and really just reduce some calories so that when you do go and eat your chocolates and your big feast of a meal, that it's a little bit easier to manage. So the next one would be walking, right? One of the best things you can do for your low back, for your health, generally speaking, longevity wise, is just to walk. So you're not going to outwalk your food, right? Meaning if you eat like a bunch of cake, you're not going to walk that all off. But just walking is going to aid in your digestion. It's going to aid in just blood flow. And it's going to really just help burn a little bit of calories and really just keep you more active, so that this way you don't put your back into a bad posture. You don't sit and slouch and just watch movies like this all day, but that you end up, into a better position and just starting to get more of a healthy movement within the whole body. Walking is absolutely critical for, just like I said, general health, but also for low back pain. So for those patients and people suffering low back pain, really, really, really critical and important for you guys. So that being said, hey Lillian, how are you? Welcome. Sorry, I've been out for a little bit. I got sick last week and, I tried to hop in, but I had a couple things come on here. So that is 2 of the 7. So let me just kind of click on, I kept some notes up here. One of the more important things that I would recommend for you guys is I think this is really important, just aim for better instead of perfect, right? We all know that there's no such thing as perfection, and nobody's perfect. Everybody's going to fail here and there in something or some aspect of their life. And what you can do is just aim for better. So you don't need to be perfect. If you're having a certain meal, don't worry like so much. That worry, that stress is going to trigger those hormone releases, or the negative hormone releases, that's going to cause you to stress a little bit more. So sometimes it's okay to fluctuate in weight. We fluctuate in weight naturally daily, but don't worry about just kind of hitting it hard and trying to stay on the path of certain things. But at the same time, aim for better instead of perfect. So what you can do, for example, is like if you're going out for eat whatever you want type of meal, what you can do is eat really clean and really healthy during the morning and the afternoon, and really try to help yourself. If you're going to be sitting on a couch watching a lot of movies, guys, it may hurt your back, but what you may need to do is do some of your exercises prior to. So maybe you're not moving as much, maybe you're not eating as well, but you're doing better than instead of trying to like stick to a regimen, right? Hunger is not an emergency. It's okay to be hungry for a little while, and if you don't like your food options, right? So a lot of times we're like, oh my God, I don't really like that food, but you just kind of like hop right into it. It's not an emergency. It's okay to be hungry. It's okay to maybe just suck it up a little bit. So you can kind of put yourself into that category of like that fasting right there. So those kind of go hand in hand, but those are two options right there. Let's go back into what are your minimums? This kind of goes back into better instead of perfect, right? What are your minimums? Meaning set a standard for your body, for yourself. How much do you want to walk a day? How many exercises are you going to do per day or per week? If that's your minimum, set that standard. If you're going to walk, 2 miles a day, set that standard no matter what. Set that standard no matter what. Right? If you're going to eat a certain way, make sure that you have your vegetables, make sure you just eat a certain amount of vegetables every meal. Like, what is it going to be for you, right? Make it customizable to you. And if you're going to cheat, then cheat, but maybe, cheat with like cake or extra cake or whatever you want to do, but make sure you still have your broccoli or whatever it is, But definitely set your standard, set your minimums. What do you expect from yourself, right? That's important. Finally, there's actually two more. So no matter what happens, you can always fall back onto some simpler concepts and ideas, as I mentioned to you before, right? These are all simple ideas and concepts, but you can always fall back. You can always eat a little bit slower, which is really important. You can always be a little bit more mindful of your eating and try to eat up to 80% of your satisfaction, meaning like if you're eating and you're almost not quite full, but you're kind of there, and maybe you did some exercise and you're not quite like burnt out and like, oh, I normally go further. That's okay. Just go to where you're just go to where you are about 80% of your habit. So if you set that standard of like, I want to walk 2 miles and you only walk like 1.25, that might be okay for you. Do some of your exercises. So do what you can. And then finally, I think the most important one would be if you decide if you're going to stick with your habits or not. Are you going to stick with good quality habits, or are you going to take a break? It seems like I'm giving you all these healthy habits, but you may want to just straight up say, I've had enough. Like, this is the time I enjoy. And either way, it's a good idea to make a decision on what you want to do. This sets the tone for you actually making a decision on your health, whether it's a good decision or a bad decision. If you want to gain 10 pounds, gain 10 pounds, but make the decision. If you want to not exercise, make that decision. You are in control of your own health. And if you start making decisions on it, whether it's positive or not, the best direction, then that's okay. And I think for you guys, as long as you're making a decision on your back, on your neck, on your shoulders, on your health, then you're going to be in a better decision. You're going to make a better empowered decision for yourself. So those are 7 healthy tips that you can implement right now. Very simple. I would just say stick with one, even if that one is, hey, I'm not going to follow anything. I think that's really important. I like to have some fun during the holidays, but I think that's up to you guys. But this is this is a new year. This is a time for like change, and the change is coming for you guys. So, enjoy these healthy habits that you can create right now. I know a lot of people have asked me about, the future of your back pain and stuff like that. So I did mention that I will be running a group course or coaching sessions for you guys because I want to make it more affordable and reasonable. I will start implementing that likely the 2nd or 3rd week of January, because it's important for you guys to enjoy your time, but yet start thinking about the future of what you do want. So if you are interested, I've heard that some of you are, please message me, let me know your interest, because there will be a cap and hey Connie, there will also be a minimum, right? So if you haven't worked with me in person, whether it's as my patient or as an individual coaching session, you know that it can get expensive. So if you're having lower back pain, then my goal is to really help you guys and implement it in a way that is not only affordable, but actually gets you guys results. So that being said, if you are interested, I know I do weekly lives. It's not fair to those people who join my coaching session that I still provide you guys all with full content. So that being said, I probably will reduce my frequency in this group while I work with my group that is asking for coaching. So hopefully that's understandable for you guys. But if I know I owe some of you guys some answers, some questions in the future. So if you guys, while you're on, have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, leave them in the comments, and I will see you guys soon, and happy holidays. Make a decision for yourself, whatever that decision is, all right? So I look forward to hearing from you guys, and have a good new year. Let's plan accordingly, and I believe the next live that I will do will talk a little bit about game planning for your new year and what things you can do to start setting yourself up for success. I think that would be a good start for some of you guys. So let's start there. Have a good holiday and enjoy, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great, great new year. Bye.